Hello, everybody, and welcome to Let's Talk Games and Hobbies. This is episode 6. I'm your host, CJ Harris. I'm joined by Cole Feeser,
Hello.
Mark Hall,
Terraforming Mars for the last 10 years.
and for the first time, we have a special guest, Isaac Riston.
Thank you. It was fun being talked about last week. You summoned me like Joe Henry, so
That's true.
pretty
We
good.
did. We did talk about you. Why did we talk about you? Do you
Do
want to say anything about that?
No, I mean, it's always about having a strong community, and that's what Let's Play is all about, and that kind of goes hand in hand. But the reason I stuck around Hanover is because of the community. Love talking to people about what's going on in their lives, what we can do to make it better, and being able to be here with playing board games with people that want to see Hanover be better and stronger in every way possible is awesome. But I'm excited to talk about board games, one of my passions.
That's right.
So happy I found Let's Play to help make that a reality.
Yeah, we're glad you keep coming around.
Yeah.
So today we are going to talk about Cole and Isaac went to PAX Unplugged. They had a great time. They got some stuff. They brought me some stuff that I asked for. So we'll hear about their time there and what they thought. But first, we have to talk about what's coming up this week. As you know, it is Thanksgiving week. It's a holiday week. So we will be closed on Thursday. So you guys can spend time with your families. But we will be open Wednesday. And we're going to move Star Wars, which is usually on Thursday, to Wednesday because we love Star Wars so much. We're not going to miss it. Not even for Thanksgiving.
That's right.
And then when we come back on Friday, it is the start of our weekend-long sale. It's the start of Black Friday. So almost everything in the store will be buy one, get one 50% off. And there will be another table full of heavily discounted games. Very, very steep discounts. And then into Small Business Saturday, we'll continue that sale. And then into Sunday. So no real events going on this weekend. Just a big sale for biggest shopping weekend of the year.
There's going to be a lot of board games out there on those tables, folks.
And do we have anything else that we had to mention this week?
I don't think so. I think we've been
think
so
really
tied
the
up
week
with
is just gonna be
Black Friday
gonna be
and
that.
Small Business Saturday.
All right. So last week we had to leave a little bit early, so we didn't get to community questions. But last week was actually the first week that we got a good amount of questions. So we're going to do those in the beginning now because Mark might have to leave somewhere near the end of this show.
Right.
So we asked David's Star Wars question about our favorite Star Wars characters. I mean, Isaac, do you have a favorite Star Wars character?
You know that guy that goes as a trap?
Oh, Admiral Akbar.
There you go.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Classic.
Yeah. I don't know anything about any Star Wars names. I came here for Star Wars trivia a couple times, and I ended up playing a board game instead of doing trivia because I was so bad at it. So there you
We're
go.
going to have to bring him up to speed.
Yeah. One day.
One day. Yeah, it's on the list.
So GP on Discord asked us, what are some easy to learn, fast, and fun game boards? I think he meant board games that we sell. It can either be like 1 to 4 player games that take about an hour to play. Some quick, easy to learn things.
Gosh, I mean, Butterfly Garden. I know I bring
Always
it
with the
up
Butterfly
every
Garden.
single time. But I can teach it in, 5 to 10
He also
minutes.
says, please show the game board box. Here's what to look for.
Oh, okay.
Can
If you watched last week's episode,
Yes.
and you know what? I don't know exactly where it was, so you'll just have to watch the entire thing. You
right.
will see the board game Butterfly Garden.
That's right.
You can see what it looks
Sorry.
like.
in post, can we put the photo in, or is that asking too
If I
much?
have
Sure.
time,
You have time?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
Genius.
we do it after this.
Decorating the store for Christmas.
That's
Oh,
Christmas
that's-
time,
yeah,
right?
that's
Wow,
true. That's
here
true.
we are.
Listen, it starts this Saturday, so
That's right.
It
That's
does,
true.
Yeah.
Hanover.
That's right.
it is this
weekend
Saturday,
in
yeah.
Hanover. Huge Christmas festivities going on. What, like
the
Friday
parade
and
is
Saturday?
parade is Saturday.
Saturday,
at 11 a.m. this year, different, and then the tree lighting is at 6 p.m. I'll be out there caroling as well. Ryan, see those kind of songs we'll be playing while caroling.
Now we're
Genius.
in
So we're
a
in
copyright
Saturday.
strike.
Jeez. Oh, Lord.
But no, I guess this is how that goes for Hanover, right? Talking about community, trying to do Small Business Saturday and do it right.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, this will be our first time.
Is there an off button on that?
Yeah, it's still going, man.
Well, I'm trying not to interrupt. I'm letting it just roll
What do
with
you
it.
mean? That is interrupting. Stopping it would be not interrupting.
That's all right. No worries.
All right.
Butterfly Garden. Fantastic game. We
It is,
digress.
Also, so like Flip 7, very quick. not really a board game, but it's a quick party game you can take anywhere.
Like
Just watch our holiday gift card last week. That
Yeah.
one will
Yeah.
show you everything you need to know.
was Scout in
lots of
there.
great games.
Cal wasn't on there.
The Scout was always my go-to for a fast game.
That was a
That
good one. Yeah.
you mean you guys talk about Trio? I would assume, right?
Trio's
course.
a great game.
Trio's great. There you go. Also fantastic.
The Man of Dew on YouTube. I think that's Ben, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, so
That's
that's
been
bad.
good.
That's
No,
bad.
I have no idea who it is.
You don't know who Ben Good is?
No, you don't know who the man of whatever. Blah,
No,
blah,
I don't
blah.
know who the Man of Dew is.
Hey, it's right,
but I
Man of
do
Dew.
now. It's-
Yeah, but I have no
All
idea.
right.
Man of Dew.
That's good to know.
Yeah.
He asked, what is our favorite holiday gaming experience?
Easy. I don't have one.
Oh, it's during Halloween time. Like, is it like ever?
I guess ever.
Ever? Okay, so
Well, I guess if it is heaven, then maybe.
friend of the show, friend of the store, Kyle on,
Yeah.
right? Obviously, man, I don't know if he's been sending the podcast or not. We got this VHS game that goes for like an hour long, and you have to stop. Things happen on timer, so we got 55 minutes in. You're supposed to like scream at someone. If they jump, you get a card. This whole thing like that. It's very crazy, very silly. For an hour long, you're locked in to be doing things as the crypt keeper or whatever his name is has you locked in. Great time, very memory. That was for Halloween.
Okay.
Yeah, a lot of holiday stuff, gaming wise, is around Halloween because I think that one fits the themes more than like anything else. I don't have a good Flag Day board game, unfortunately.
Right, there should be one.
Yeah, it's okay. We'll cut up. We'll
I'm sure there's
Capture the
games.
flag.
No,
I'm sure there's games about flags.
Right.
I mean, VG. I mean, there's board games about everything.
all right. Don't worry. Look for me at Gen Con as I pitch this game to you about Flag Day.
There it is.
There
I
you
like
go.
it. I like it.
Anybody else?
Cole, you said you might
I
have
mean,
one?
I guess if I was looking back over all the years, it would just be the times that Let's Play did something for like New Year's Eve or New Year's Day. You know, just any holiday I get to play games is a good holiday. But my family's not the biggest bunch of gamers, so it's rare that I ever get to play games with them in the first place. So, and that's who I usually spend my holidays with. So, yeah.
Yeah. So my family doesn't really play a ton of board games. My mom will play any board game with me though. So I'll take some stuff this week. We'll play a bunch of games.
Good mom. It's a good
Sounds
mom
like
there.
Yeah, she came here for Mother's Day and played games all day with everybody. Bought everybody pizza. Bought kids sodas.
Yeah.
She needs to be stopped.
She's going wild.
Yeah.
I No Thanks. It's one of my favorite games, and I played it with my mother, my wife, and aunt, and stepdaughters. And one stepdaughter, no matter what she did, she just kept getting the high cards, and we were all just laughing hysterically. And No Thanks is one of those games like it's just an experience after you get into the groove of things, and I just love laughing, and that's what board games give me. It's a lot of laughter.
Yeah.
So it was a great moment.
So in one of my daily videos I did yesterday, I mentioned that someone texted me a question, and that was our friend Ben, the other Ben,
Oh, the other Ben.
Other Ben.
There's
Ben
a
two.
lot of Bens.
There you go.
or Ben 1, depending on how you rank the Bens.
Right.
one of them's been here a lot longer than the other, so I have my
Good's
ranking.
got to be
All right,
number one,
well,
I think.
I'm sorry to make it a conversation, both Bens who are probably watching.
We love you both,
We
Bens.
love you
That's
both
right.
Bens.
I agree with
Ben
that.
one and Ben
Yes, I
two.
love
Like,
them both, but
Yeah.
I'm just
Just
stating
one a
the
little
fact.
bit more, apparently.
all right. Anyway, so he
Uh,
texted you.
Yes. So his question was, and he said it could also maybe be a topic for an entire episode.
Oh
so,
wow. Okay.
If you feel like it could be, maybe we don't answer it and we save it and do it later.
Mm.
So he said, what is a board game that a small company or a startup did better than a big box store board game?
Mean like a design? I mean, I wouldn't have any answer for like what a small one. I guess they did in terms of like
Maybe
different designs
maybe
like
he
that.
means
You mean
like,
something
an indie company, like a smaller studio, as opposed to like a big publisher. or
my
something.
immediate thought goes to Slay Aspire,
Mm,
right?
Yeah.
Because that's their first game. Apparently, when they got an award for it at Gen Con, where they like I think they got a Dice Tower award, and they were like their speech. I remember this very vividly. Was them saying people told us no one would want a game with this many cards in it. No one told us we could sell a retail version, a deluxe version at this price. No one told us we do these things, and we did it because people wanted it. So,
Yeah.
I would say that would be my answer if I had to pick one.
that is a good answer. That
Yeah.
game is fantastic.
Oh, it's pretty good. Oh, and I'll be talking about that later today.
Oh, you. Anyway, I know what he's talking about. Yeah, I have to agree with that one. I think that's probably the perfect answer. For this, I'd have to really look into it.
I think I'd have to look
This
into
isn't
it.
something
Yeah,
I can answer off the top of my head, I think.
Yeah. Because there's been plenty of little indie companies maybe that have destroyed some games too.
Oh yeah. Oh,
right?
100%.
So
Yeah.
it's and I think the first thought that comes to my mind is Castles of Burgundy, with Awakened Realms coming and giving it that refresh that I think rejuvenated it like crazy. But I don't know if they would count, because Awakened Realms is a fairly big company
Yeah,
at this
that's
point.
my thing. I would
Yeah.
hesitate to classify Awakened Realms as indie at this point.
Yeah, certainly. But once upon a time, they were a smaller company, and they've cranking out the great quality items. So
Yeah.
but yeah, I'd have to think about that to give a really good answer.
I mean, I could give an answer, and I would imagine this would have been Isaac's second choice if he hadn't thought of his first choice. But like I think for me, I mean they're small now. I'm sure over time they'll grow to no longer be an indie company. But I would say if you're looking for a good game that an indie company has done better than some of the big box companies, or as you call them, I would say Galactic Cruise.
Oh yeah. I'll also talk about them later today as well. Fantastic. They're great. That game, again, another indie game, like publisher's first game come out, swing in, knock it out of the park for a great, very complex game. There's some kind of sort of L for what those kind of games are called. I don't remember what they are.
Yeah, you're probably thinking that it gets compared a lot to the designer Vital Lacerda, who's done like a lot of heavy games,
Yeah.
and this feels very much in that same wheelhouse.
Yeah.
Galactic Cruise is very much a heavy game, but it is so well designed, and
Yeah.
Ian O'Toole, the artist, did a fantastic job with not only the artwork but the graphic design of it all.
Yeah.
So it just flows so well that like once you learn it, like it just all flows so naturally. Unlike maybe some of the other more complex games that you might dive headfirst into.
Yeah. Couldn't agree more.
All right. That is all the questions that we got for last week. So if you have anything you'd like to ask us, be sure to leave it in the comments. Message us on Discord, or you can text me if you have my number. Apparently.
Or
Number
come in
right
store
here,
and,
right here.
come in store and shout the questions out. You
Yeah,
know?
you know.
The number is
That's
717. Other
Yes,
number.
give out your numbers,
You
baby.
give out other numbers, right?
All right.
Contact your local council member.
I don't have a
There you
phone
go.
number, so it's okay.
You'll have one of those.
Genius.
We can visit you in person.
That's right.
All right. So let's move on to talking about how was PAX Unplugged with you guys. So, what were your expectations before going, and how did it live up to them?
Cool. How many times have you gone to PAX Unplugged?
How many times have I gone?
Yeah.
This was my fourth time going.
Fourth time going. I think this might be my fourth time going as well.
So this isn't new. You've been before.
I've been,
Okay.
yeah. The first time I went was one day, and then ever since the last three times was 3 days, or 3. Cool. Have you gone as like a person, or have you gone with a exhibitioner before?
Every time I've gone to PAX Unplugged, it's just been for my own pleasure. I've never. I mean, I like if you know me, when I go to Gen Con, I'm there running demos for Good Games Publishing.
Mm-hmm.
They've tried in the past to get into PAX Unplugged, and for whatever reason, they weren't able to. But if they were ever able to get into PAX Unplugged, then I'd probably be there running demos for them at that convention too.
Makes sense. I think going into it, the thing I think on a lot of people's mind was, one, it's in November, right? Every time it happens the first week in December, so this being November was different for that reason. 2, it was the same weekend as the Philadelphia Marathon, which like has like 20,000 people. Like it's crazy. I don't know what the number is. Don't quote me on the number. It's a lot of people. They start closing down roads at 3 a.m. or like 2 a.m. and then they stay closed until like 3 p.m. So I was expecting coming in like traffic would be crazy, getting food would be really like hard to do. But at least in my experience, I drove in every single day. It was probably the same time me driving in, and finding parking was not hard. I could find parking within a 15-minute walk of the convention center. Parking itself was relatively as cheap as it usually is every year. So the only difference there was probably I could have parked closer like I had last year. But I still had a fantastic time. There were so many games there to try out. I think the only other big difference, which when you're going to a convention like this, is like who you going with really defines that. I usually go with my good friend Chris. He wasn't able to make it out. He's in Chicago, like because of it being November, December, it just didn't work out. So I was going by myself for a lot of things because me and my wife actually have different perspectives on what we want to do at a convention. She's like, I want to do tournaments. And I'm like, I don't want that at all. So going on to BGG, the website Board Game Geek, to say like, oh, is anyone like hosting any games? So like on Saturday, I spent probably 6.5 hours playing just 2 games. But like from start to finish, getting rules taught, everything else that I probably would not have the opportunity to do if I was with a bigger group of people. So that was neat. But when you go to any convention, the number one thing I would recommend is going to the Board Game Geek preview page, look at all those games. There were 400. By the numbers, I think I was probably pitched around like 50 to 55 games at the convention. I probably demoed half a dozen and then like fully played about half a dozen as well.
Okay.
So, yeah.
So what were some of the new games that you played?
By played, you mean like demoed or played as in like start to finish, or both okay?
Oh, that's fine.
Perfect. So I would say for me, where I would want to start would probably be Old King's Crown. Am I saying that name right, Cole? Yep. I'm terrible with names. I took photos. I have to get a new phone. I found out my phone's terrible at scanning QR codes and taking photos. So a lot of games I wanted to take photos of and I thought I did not get the chance to do. Old King's Crown is coming to a second printing on GameFind or whatever. GameFound. It's getting a lot of buzz this year from a lot of other podcasters, people making videos, influencers, because the game is really well done. It has the person behind Root and Arcs that helped come back in like a couple years ago and help redesign some of the game components and the mechanics behind it. I would say the best way to describe this game is that if you are fans of a strategic game and every person's like what they're playing is different, it's very much about bidding and outmaneuvering your opponents. And with combat, I take that, you're going to have a great time. It was phenomenal in that. Art was beautiful. The entire time I was sitting down, the person who was teaching the rules, he's only played it like 4 or 5 times. I'm like, oh, so like this does this, and then this thing lets me break the rules in this way. And he's like, absolutely. I'm like, fantastic. This is great. And it's also fun hearing him, he played it like twice Friday, and I played it Saturday. It was his copy, and he was like, oh, wow, how everyone is playing their own faction is different than how I've seen it beforehand. I was playing a faction that was a play card. You have a deck of like 10 cards, and each card has a number on it, and at the very beginning you bid on that. That's the number you use to bid to get a faction ability. And you tuck it under, so that way you lose that number. So you bid high, use a 10. Everyone knows you don't have a 10 in your deck anymore to use for contesting regions to try to win those as well. It is a game that I found enthralling the entire time, and I was like, I would explain the Cole, and I explained the Cole at the convention. I was like, I'm looking to back this game now. I would recommend anyone that likes arcs, but wasn't really a bigger fan of like the dudes on the map perspective of it, would like that less and more of just like kind of like a little deck that you're not really building but you're using. We'll recommend that. For when people check it out. That's what I would start off with.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know if you want to go back between me and Cole for the games we played, or you want me to keep going.
Both of you guys.
Go. You can go next while I get the next game I'm going to talk of. Go ahead.
Okay, well. So I guess I should highlight that going into PAX, I didn't have much of a plan, I would say. I mean, I had planned to do some things on Friday, especially when I knew that, Isaac was going to be there, but, my friend Amy wasn't going to be there. She was coming on Saturday. And so, any of the things that I really wanted to do, I tried to do those things on Friday, and I wanted to keep my Saturday just completely open because if you didn't pick up from the last podcast, Saturday was my birthday. And for those that were wondering, if you made any guesses in the comments on last week's episode, I am now 38 years old. And
Happy birthday!
thank you.
Did you guys sing last week? Can we sing now?
Still young.
We did.
All right, we're
We're
gonna
talking.
sing.
We don't
It's
got
okay.
time. Don't worry
Let's
about
not do that to
Yeah,
our
right.
listening viewers out there.
There was
Okay.
a happy birthday song in here somewhere.
That's all right.
Yeah,
Next time.
let's not.
Next year. We got time.
Yeah. Next year.
Oh, we're gonna hit a button.
Anyway, so for my Friday, I went to the convention center, and I was also potentially a little worried about it being the marathon this past weekend, and surprisingly, I had no issues getting from the hotel to the convention. And if there was an increase in crowds, I really didn't notice. I didn't see any additional troubles finding places to eat, waiting in lines, things like that. But so for the Friday, the first thing I did was I went and got in line for the expo hall, and as soon as it opened, I ran and got all the things that I wanted, that you wanted, that other people wanted. Yeah. My initial thought was I'm going to run to the All Play booth because they were advertising like 6 new titles and that some of their quantities were extremely limited. And so I was like, I think that needs to be the first place to go. And so I went there, got my things, no problem. And then I was like, let me look at the rest of my list. I had everything organized, like numerically, like I need to start in the first row and then go whatever. And as I was walking to the beginning to start there, I walked past the Asmodee booth and I see a line that's wrapped around the entire booth. And I'm like, well, crap. I should probably get in this line if I want to have any shot of getting the thing that you want.
I really appreciate it.
What? That was the.
Well, we'll get to that.
we'll get to that.
Just go there now? Okay.
All right.
You can do whatever you want. It's your podcast.
Yeah,
You wanna do it
I
now? You do it. Go ahead. Bring it
Well,
out.
I mean, maybe we'll forget, so.
All right, well,
Yeah.
Cole got me the Lord of the Rings, the Two Towers trick-taking game.
yes, this is the follow-up to the Fellowship of the Ring. So
Yeah,
if you've played that one, this is a follow-up to that one. It's continuing the story that is the Lord of the Rings. And if you are curious to know, yes, there will be a third one for the Return of the King coming out sometime in the future.
Yeah, me, Mark, Jimmy, and David spent hours on Saturday trying to finish the first one because I knew I was getting the second one. There are 16 chapters. We ended at chapter 14.
14? I thought there were 24 chapters.
Oh, sorry. There are 18 chapters.
18, okay.
Yeah, so
So I
there's
was
16 and a
both wrong.
half.
Okay.
No, there's 18 chapters. There's now
Okay.
the 14, I think.
Okay.
So-
Well, so I think it's important to note that expansion doesn't release
Doesn't
to
come
the
out
general
until
public until.
early February.
Is it early February? It's next. It's
It's
quarter
sometime
one
next year, yes.
of
Really
2026.
early next year.
That's what they did last year as well for the first one. It came out at PAX. Yeah.
Yeah.
Great trick-taking game.
We will have copies.
Yes, we will have
Eventually.
copies. We do have copies of the first one.
Yes.
If you haven't gotten it yet, it's a lot of fun. So,
Oh yeah, if you like Lord of the Rings, the trick-taking, that's the game to get.
yeah.
I agree. So yeah, I was worried. I got in this very long line, and I was like, are they even gonna have enough left? Is somebody gonna come around and tell me that I'm past the point that they don't have anymore? I don't know. But I just waited and waited, and eventually I got up there, and they still had plenty to sell. So it was fine.
Thank
And
you.
then I went around everywhere else and getting what I wanted, and by the time I was done, I had a big backpack over my shoulders, loaded down with games. I had a separate bag that I was carrying that was also loaded down with games. And so after that, I went and got in line for one of the shows I wanted to see. There's a circus performer, if you will. His name's Jack Z. Whipper.
Oh
You've
yeah.
probably seen some of his shorts on social media. But yeah, he was doing a show, and I got in line to see that and had a great time with that. He was even taking song requests at one point, and it's like, I put my hand up, and it's like, there's a sea of people here. He's probably not going to see me. So then I grab my water bottle and put that up even higher so he can see me. And then he calls on me, and it's like, yeah, can you sing Happy Birthday? And he's like, is it your birthday? And it's like, well, it is tomorrow, but you're not performing tomorrow. So what can you do about that? And so then he sang a song, and it was a good time. And, yeah.
Wow.
I had a great time with the show. And then after
awesome.
that was
And
always
you
like,
recorded it, of course, right? So
no, I was too much into the moment. I didn't record it. What are you talking
Why
about?
didn't you record it?
He wasn't there.
I was not. I was out
He
there
was
playing
doing
grand.
the
I
thing.
was actually at a tournament. I
Yeah,
think
he was
that
doing
time.
other things.
Wow.
So
Yeah, you
I
said Ashley
I will.
was
I'll get there.
tournaments.
I just did one thing.
Okay.
So you're gonna hear what tournament it was. You're gonna laugh at what game we played.
All right.
I promise you.
So Jack didn't like the water bottle out of your hands?
I was not sitting close enough for that to be a possibility.
okay,
I was
Does he actually
too
have a
far
whip?
back.
Or his lips wasn't long enough.
His whip was not long enough.
If-
He would have taken somebody's head off.
He probably would have. But yeah, after that, it's like, okay, I've got too many things. It was a struggle to even sit down that I had so many things. So after the show was over, I ran back to the hotel to unload because I was like, I'm not carrying this around all day long. That's just insane. So then I went back to the convention center and just wandered around, ran into Isaac. I think at one point we went to the Hot Games room then, or the first look on Friday and played some stuff.
Not on Friday. It was.
May have been Saturday.
Yeah. No, we did Friday. We did one game on Friday. We did Loaf,
Yeah.
which I can talk about now. Loaf is okay. So you're a baker, right? You gotta make bread, but you gotta be lazy about it.
Yeah, you don't want to actually do it, but you
Yeah,
have to.
but you have to,
So
right?
you're loafing
So you're
around.
loafing around. That's right. So as a team, you have to hit a certain score, like it's like 15, right? Or the 4 of us, we have to hit 15 somehow. I'm like,
Yeah,
all right, well,
you
how
got,
do
you gotta
I
hand the
put?
cards. They got numbers all.
Yeah, and
over.
I got numbers, both the same numbers. I got to put down like, all right, well, like if I put down a 3 and the average for like us 4 to hit 15 is whatever number,
5.
then sure. Then like, let's see how low I can go and still hit that number. Because if we don't hit the number, I put the lowest, I get penalized for the difference. It's a very interesting game. It was all right.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, Loaf by Bart Young, Jason Gambler, Wolfron Games. There you go. Look at that. Port it up. See? Production value. What we did Friday. Do you want me to keep going other games I played?
Well, I want to ask Cole a question here.
Yes.
So you loaded up your bags,
Yeah.
like Santa Claus.
Of course.
Were there any games that you wanted that you didn't get?
No, I don't believe so. I think I was
won,
able.
but that was my fault, not
Yeah.
his fault.
Yeah, there was a game that he
I
wanted,
forgot to put it
and
on
he
my
didn't
list.
tell me early enough that by the time I was able to see his message and get back to All Play, they were already gone.
You didn't happen to buy it for yourself, did you? That
No,
wasn't
but I
one
did
of
buy a copy for somebody else that I knew would want one, but that was figured out in
those. And they
advance.
decided that they don't want it anymore, right?
No, that
Okay.
that distinctly did not happen.
Do we-
It's already been given to them.
Do we know them?
Do we know?
You don't know them. They're one of my friends from Dillsburg Game Night.
Tell
So
them to come
Okay.
up so I can play it.
Yeah.
If you're
Right.
watching, can you come up so I can play it?
Or not?
you're
They're not
asking
watching.
specifically for Eric to come on up.
Eric.
There.
Eric.
please
Eric
come
number
play.
1. Please come
Yeah.
up. That's right. That's
What
right.
was the game?
You want to say?
It's called Three Witches.
Oh, that one sold out like right away.
Yeah.
It was awesome. It's a trick taking game.
Okay.
Yeah.
We have
like
we have
spooky
a bunch of those.
Yeah, but
spooky.
they're all different.
Some
I'm
of them
sure
are
it'll be
different.
released at some
What,
point.
what I did find interesting, though, if I may speak to this for a moment, yeah, they had limited quantities of it, and I stood in the expo hall line, and then after they let us in, I immediately ran to All Play, and they had copies there, and I grabbed it. And then I later found out, like, I thought that was the only spot for All Play's booth. I later found out that way on the other side of the expo, of like the big area where the free play stuff is, it's this long hall, and like 2/4 of it are like the expo hall, and the rest is like free play and all kinds of other stuff. Way on the other side, where the free play was, All Play had a second booth, and they had copies of everything there too.
They're humongous. All play
Yeah.
is gigantic.
Yeah, it's
They
crazy.
make great stuff.
Well, I mean, not only do they make a lot of stuff for themselves, but they also like handle the distribution of like a lot of other publishers, like White Wing Games and Kingston Key Games and all kinds of others.
Yeah.
So it's not just their games that they necessarily handle in, but at the conventions, yeah, all the other publishers have their booths, but they also have their it's crazy.
No. Is sorry, I'm dying here. Is All Play the ones that did River Valley Glassworks?
Yes,
Yeah. Great game. Yeah.
highly agree.
Gosh, how long have they been around? I feel like All Play. I've
Just
just
started as BoardGameTables.com.
Yeah, and
It's,
then
okay.
later rebranded to All Play because they eventually outgrew being just about tables and bags and
Okay.
all of that.
That checks out. So that's like within the last 5 years that they did that, right?
The name change, yeah, I would say it's
Yeah.
probably right around pandemic times. I would say
Okay.
that may have happened. I don't know exactly when that transition happened.
Gotcha. Okay. Cool.
So I just went through real quick and was like, to me to get all the games that I played, I would say played, not pitched. I think those are two different things, or at least demoed. The first game I did on Friday was the game of You, where basically you write down your name on a little whiteboard, you get some cards, and you gotta say, someone gets like a change, either a prefix or a suffix for their name, like the awesome Isaac, right? And then it's like, oh, cool. Then I have cards in my hand, I have to burn you and say, what does this kind of match up with? That was okay. It was great, it's fine for what it is. Yeah, that kind of party game-esque.
Yeah.
By Cheer Up Games. Well, that was the first thing I played. The next thing I played, which is from a company from Lancaster County, Exploding Games. So shout out to them for being so close to us. Elevation. It is a tree-taking game where you use mountain ranges. Basically, there are 4 different types of mountain ranges, and you're trying to also match them while having changing on each round. Basically, like, if you win without using the smallest mountain range of this type, then you get some more points, all that kind of stuff. That was fun. I really enjoyed that one as a lot for a tree-taking game. I also think how they did colors for the 4 different types was cool, really easy to tell, and the fact that they're local, like Exploding Games, was also awesome. So would recommend checking that out if you're taking games. Yeah, and mounts, because there's so many more mountain ranges and little facts about them. Have you heard about the game, social deduction game, Feed the Kraken?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
I've never heard about this game ever until I had a chance to play this.
We have a copy.
You have a copy? Oh my goodness. We should do a Feed the Kraken night.
Yeah.
I would love to see that happen. It was crazy and how it was being talked about with the little blocks you put. People don't know if you're doing social deduction games, it's kind of like that, but pirate themed. You know, I don't like. It's by what was it? Fun Tales publisher with like a lot of different designers on this game. It's super sick.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I didn't expect to find a social deduction game that like has a map that we move around, we're voting on, kind of like Secret Hitler, where you have like the fashion liberals how they vote. So like captain, the crewmates there, but also for us to be sacrificed to a Kraken at the same time. Having a third faction that's also trying to win was cool.
We should get that out.
Yeah. Have you heard of the game Widget Ridge? It's been around for a while. It is a steampunk deck building game done by Furious 3 Games designer Ian Taylor. I did not. It was kind of neat in terms of like how you're building the cards. They attach on it with the prefix and suffixes for how you can build an engine of some kind, right? Or build a contraption. It was all steampunk themed. It was neat. It was a 2-player game, so the one thing I'd say about me is that I'm not a big fan of 2-player games. The number I always look for is 3 players, because that's the number I play with the most. So if a game can't go to 3, I'm usually not that interested. But it was cool. If you like steampunk theme and deck building, check it out. Do you like Catan?
I enjoy Catan.
You enjoy Catan? Do you like space?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, there's a game called For All Mankind that's right up your alley. Yeah, it is a space Catan game that came out this year by Bad Cat Media. The designers, I'm not going to butcher these names. I should not to try to do this, but I'm going to try. Douglas Byers and Julia Dragman. How it was explained to me was exactly that. It is space Catan. So that's how they was pitched to me. Seeing how the game was like playing the game in terms of like you have to go around the map and also explore other people, and how you're getting resources is just like how you would in Catan as well. So, yeah.
Interesting.
Then I played the Kinson Key games. I was a prototype. The game is 60% developed. It's called Man Uman from, again, Kinson Key Games, the people who make Galactic Cruise. That I was able to play test it. So I sat down for an hour and a half, play test of this game. Crazy. Oh my goodness. Yeah. It was a fun time. It was all about native tribes and how they get resources. So they dry them out, or they go through different productions. But it's also a community game. So we're all developing our community together. But what you focus on, how you develop, once you get more points, that kind of stuff. It was sick, super cool to see that in development. But they're still working on it, I would say. Yeah. The ability, they're like, oh, this track, we just added it on this Monday. So this version of the game is not even a week old. Wow. So it's still very much early in development. If you have a chance to try it out, we'll recommend. They know what they're doing. Like when I told them, it's like, I might have complaints, I might have all this other stuff, but I have full faith in you guys being able to do this and get it where it's supposed to be. I think the fact that you can a card is able to be tucked at the top and at the bottom and has different effects in that way was cool. Can't think of another game that does that way. That's cool. This is also my Friday, so you can clearly tell I come a little bit prepared, right?
Yeah.
For the Gods. Have you heard of this game, For the Gods?
Sounds familiar.
It is a game coming out
next
year. It is from Mighty Boards. It's basically like, hey, these gods up there, we need to build a foundation for. So you take your little ship, you're going around and building coliseums up by pulling out from a bag 5 different numbers. And they have little pips on them, so in terms of how they build up. Everyone else is doing the same thing, trying to build their foundation to different gods as well at the same time. It's really sick. Really cool to play test it out and see a game before it's even on Game Founder, Kickstarter, or whatever. Me and Cole on Friday played Excalibur. Cool.
Oh, man, yeah.
You want to? Oh, Cole will tell you about Excalibur.
That's right.
Yeah, because I think we couldn't get the.
We could. There was no retail version. I don't think.
Oh, that's right. There's
Or we missed the boat, or.
I was supposed to get in on that with you though. So when your campaign.
I think it was early on in our life with the store, and we didn't know. Yeah, and we didn't know how it would all play out, and it felt more of a risk at the time to do a retail pledge.
I
And
thought
so,
they didn't
like,
have one, but I mean, you're right because it was early us, and
Yeah.
we were, struggling.
Also shows you how early in advance these things are to take, and how much bets you have to take before you even get the chance to try the game out.
yeah. But that was the thing. So what Isaac was saying, like, yes, we both sat down to demo. At the time, it was only the two of us. The person that was explaining it, I was hoping he would also sit down and play with us, but it was whatever. It was fine. The game felt to me that it worked surprisingly well at 2 players, because that was part of my concern is how would this play it as few as 2 players. I can see where it scales up and it would be amazing with more players, but yeah, the thing was I backed it. I was in for their collector fancy edition, whatever, but I was like, I don't want to wait till my copy arrives. I want to try this now. And they had it there, and it's like, I want to try this. And I told Isaac, it's like, hey, we're going to try this.
Yeah.
And we did. And I enjoyed it.
Oh, I had a great time.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think with more players, it might have been like a bit more chaotic, but like
Yeah,
it was
absolutely.
still a fun time. Because what you're doing is you want to go ahead, Cole. I've been
Yeah,
talking
so
a lot.
the basic idea is that, like, there's, in this game, you have the Sword of Excalibur. Yeah, you have the Sword of Excalibur, and you're trying to be the one that's holding the Sword of Excalibur at the end of the game. And so starting out, everyone's going to have, like, a couple of these chips in their hand, and then you've got, like, these 3 swords laid out on the table that break everything up into, like, 3 separate quadrants, and, like, all the remaining chips are face down in each of these quadrants. And so when it's your turn, you're going to take a chip from your hand, you're going to play it, and it's going to tell you to do something. Like maybe you steal a chip from an opponent, or you take 2 chips from one of the quadrants, and you look at them, and then you put 2 other ones back, or whatever kind of crazy nonsense. And maybe you get lucky, and you'll get the Sword of Excalibur, or you know who has it, and you steal it from them, or whatever. There's also like a cursed sword that you don't want to have, because if you end the game with that, you lose. And so it's just like all trying to manipulate everything so that you can end up with the Sword of Excalibur. But just when you think you know what you're doing, your opponent's like, and I'm going to steal that, and it sucks to be you.
Yeah. Important note, I beat Cole on Excalibur, so
Oh,
very
that is
important note.
very
Very
important,
important.
yeah.
Very important. So we were talking about tournaments, right? Not a big fan of tournaments. My wife talked me into doing Friday Night Frenzy at PAX, in which you're like, what is that? It's when 64 players are in a room and everyone is sitting down at different tables playing really quick, small games. You have to sit down, you have to learn the rules and play the game. Whoever wins gets 2 points, the second gets 1 point, you move on to a different table. We played 4 small games. 2 of them are new. One of them I played with y'all at the bar for the first time. It was Trio.
Trio.
So I was able to explain what Trio was. So I'm happy I did that. So the first game we played was Take a Number. Have you heard of Take a Number?
That's it.
Okay, cool.
To be clear,
Yeah.
it should be noted, you don't know ahead of time going into this what you're playing.
Nope.
It's a complete mystery. They'll put the game on the table,
Yeah.
and that's when you find out what you're playing.
Oh yeah. It was a very fun experience, but one I'm looking forward to next year. If I can get in and do this again, it was worthwhile my time.
Unless you know literally every game ever, you don't get to have any advantage of like, oh,
Right.
I'm familiar with that game, 'cause you don't know what it is.
Now they're all going to be short games, though,
Yes, yeah.
right? So you don't have to know
Presumably,
every game ever, just
Yes.
every game
Cole
that
has
plays.
advantage.
Yeah,
Less
that's
than-
right.
Does know everything.
Yeah, I mean,
Right.
pretty much.
I mean, if you knew how to play Take a Number, you'd have an advantage. All 4 of us read we only had 1 rule book. So one person read the rules, we were learning the rules, we still played it wrong. We're all 4 of us are board gamers if you're signing up for, you're doing that, whatever, blah, 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 you're probably at some level of like expertise with board games. But Take a Number was an interesting one. I would love to play it again because I didn't wrap my head around it. Playing it a second time, I'd be like, oh, this game is a lot better. You have a number, you're putting it in like a row. It has to be in an ascending order. If it's not, you have to take a number, hey, and you put it at the bottom in front of you to make like a phone number kind of thing in ascending order. If you aren't able to do that, it goes into a pile, you lose points.
I'm going to put this on a list here.
Yeah, I got all this stuff as
you
well.
got it?
I got a
You
whole,
know what?
I got a
Just
whole tabs here for you,
Send
my
me your
friend.
list then.
Fine,
Yeah,
There you go.
I love it.
Yeah, so we did Take a Number. Then the next game we played was Trio, right? Which I was really excited about. Because I'm like, oh, this game is fantastic.
Fantastic.
I was like, if you know how to play Go Fish, it is just more complicated Go Fish. Everyone understood what I meant. We played it like that. It was great. We had a great time.
Did you win?
I did not win Trio. The only game that I won was the game we all played wrong, which was Take a Number.
Okay, all right.
Though into the final round, I had 3 points. Everyone else had 2 points. So it was neck and neck the entire time. The third game was Abandoned Artichokes. Don't know if you heard of this game or not.
I have not.
Okay, so you have 10 artichokes in your deck. It's a deck builder, or shedding, I guess. Your goal on your turn, you take one other, I guess, fruit, vegetable. I don't know what artichoke is. You take one of those, and you add it, and you do what it says. It's like, hey, if you have discard one artichoke, then put this card in your discard, right? And that's what the orange does or whatever. You take it, you do the thing, boom. The goal of the game is to draw 5 cards from your deck, and none of them be artichokes. That's the goal.
Okay.
Great game. Super fun. Very fast. Very easy to learn. If you're looking for something fun like that, that's quick, like, it knocks it out of the park. Last game we played was Flip 7.
That's
It was just,
Flip
it
7.
was great.
Fantastic.
Again, we were just like, just push your luck.
I
Right?
really love Flip 7.
Yeah.
Even the Grinch.
Yeah.
Don't.
Then, what was it? Friday, we finished it off with Loaf. So that was great. That was Friday. A lot of games. Saturday was a lot more bigger games. The Old King's Crown by Eerie Idle Games. Again, their second printing is coming out next year. Please look forward to that. Would recommend.
We should probably look at the game plan for that because
Won't
there's a
recommend.
lot of talk about that one.
Yes.
It does look good, too.
Yes. Listen, Isaac has told you to get 2
Yeah,
games,
you know,
right? That's it.
Yeah, if Isaac says
That's
it's
right.
good,
It's
we
fun time.
really need that.
I don't know. It dropped number 4 on the hot.
Because the great library just had its
Yeah.
I mean,
crowdfunding
SETI's
campaign.
been out forever and it passed it.
Well,
Yeah, it's
yeah,
the
well, SETI
expansion
has the
came out.
expansion
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
That's what's
Yeah.
propping it up.
Then I played Station Fall. All right. This is a party game of chaos. It is a secret identity game. So you have 2 characters of 15 possible in the game. The spaceship is about to explode in 11 minutes. So you all have, like, each person has 11 turns to do something. From your characters, each character has a goal, right? The monkey's goal is supposed to go get the artifact, get a helmet, get a jetpack, and escape, right? No one knows who you are, but everyone knows every single character's objectives. You have 8 cubes of influence. You put it on a character, and you do 2 actions and a free action. So I could choose any character. I cannot be the monkey, but I could put influence on the monkey, who has the wrench at this time, to go over and smack the engineer in the head. The engineer drops the nuclear device about to explode the ship in 3 minutes. But it's not me, right? So again, I could be a different character messing up other people's objectives the entire time while trying to make sure no one knows who I am doing my objectives. It is amazing. It is a game that I've had on my shelf of shame for probably this entire year. Someone knew the rules, was like, I'm going to play this game. I signed up on BGG, was like, I would love to learn how to play Station Fall because I hear how great it is. The hardest part is to teach because you have to go through every single person's objectives. Because if you don't know, oh, why is the secret, agent trying to go let out the giant space aliens, the tentacle monsters trying to eat us all, because that's their objectives. You want to make sure trying to sabotage other people while doing your own. Everything else for actions are all explained on the board, though. It's not that hard if you play other games. It's just a really long teach to kind of get everything. The person had printed out handy sheets to this is what everyone does. You just look at this and figure it out.
You
So
would definitely want to do that.
That's for myself. I'm going to do that as well, just to have it ready for people. But I have people coming over for on Saturday for the tree lighting and everything else. So my goal now is to see if I can force them to play this game. My wife doesn't know this yet, so she will find out at a later time.
Maybe when she watches the video.
Maybe. I would hope. Then I played Friday the Ninja on Saturday as well. This one is by Ninja Star Games. This is from Japan. So it was kind of neat to play this. It's a drafting game where you're drafting certain cards, putting them in front of you, putting some underneath. Kind of like, cool, what's that game? Is it Obsession or Observer? The drafting game?
Overseers?
Overseers. There you go. See, knew you knew that. It's like Overseers, but more ninja themed. It was all right. I enjoyed it. If you like kind of those drafting things where you're taking ones, this is drafting and trying to figure out how you get more points or murder other ninjas, just slaughter them to the part of ninja. Me and Cole, he showed me Mystic Curling Club. That was fun. Cool.
Yeah.
You want to talk about that?
Yeah. So I recently watched some content creator friends of mine. They were playing the game, and I watched it, and it looked like they were just having a great time. And I was like, then I found out that it was going to be at PAX Unplugged, and so I believe it was a Saturday. I reached out to you, and I was like, hey, come by this booth. You should check this out. I think you would enjoy this. And basically Mystic Curling Club. If you like the sport of curling and you like rolling dice or pushing dice, or if you like crokinole for that matter, this is going to feel right at home then, because you have like this long board that looks like the playing field of a game of curling, and each player has 8 dice, and each player also has some character that gives them abilities. That like you have your 8 dice, they're in order 1 through 8 or whatever, and like you're gonna take your 1 die, you're gonna set it on the 1 die, and you're gonna either like push it, roll it, flick it, whatever, to try and get it in, like they represent your stones. You're trying to get them into the inner ring, if you will, and after you push or move or roll so many of the stones, maybe an ability triggers that. Like maybe you take one that's off the field and set it in one of the rings, or maybe you can stack yours on top of an opponent so it's harder for you to be knocked down, and all kinds of crazy things. But it's just a fun time. Like if you like crokinole, or if you like curling, or if you just like dice, I mean, this is a game I think you would enjoy.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. It was a good time. I made Cole try innovation with me. I don't know how to describe this game other than you get innovations like, oh man, I scare archery. Cool. Archery helps me do this thing with these symbols. You're stacking them on top through the ages. But then there's something called splaying. So you take that stack of all of these military and they all move to the right one. So all those different symbols they had showing on there matter from the first card you put down to the last because you're using them all. Very sick. Would love to have a full game of that. We also played Torchlit, which, if you don't know, was a game released on the indie game market last year, picked up by All Play to have a full, nice edition of it.
And he's
It's
got
one of the ones I asked for.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about it. It just looked pretty.
It is a great trick-taking game that me and Cole played. Cole, do you want to talk about Torchlit?
Yeah, so like you said, it was this rather interesting trick-taking game, and like you're trying to, like, you start out, you have a hand of cards, and like you're gonna lay one of those cards down, and that represents like what room of the dungeon you think you're gonna end up in, because like you all start at the entrance, and like as you win tricks, like you're going to advance a room into the dungeon, and so like you're basically betting on how many tricks you think you're gonna win, essentially. And so then like you'll each play cards, and like the thing is that like whoever wins, whatever card wins the trick, then that like goes in its respective dungeon, and then that's going to be like, if you end up in that room at the end, that's going to be like extra points that you get for that. But then when you get to the like end last card in your hand, then you're going to pick up your bid that you made, and so now you have 2 cards left in your hand. And you're going to play one final card, and whatever card you don't play, that's going to be your final bid then. So your bid could potentially change based on how you've performed over the course of the thing. So like, and if you are successful in locking in your bid, like if you say, oh, I'm going to end up in room 5, and you do end up in room 5, you're going to get points. But if you somehow mess that up, then you're going to have a bad time.
So the reason I'm pulling out a game from me, this is designed by David Splinski, right? I picked up David's next game, Chasing Shadows, from the Indie Game Night Market, and it's also a trick-taking game that I'm excited to try at some point. If you want to show that to the camera.
All right, and I think this will lead us into. I do want to get to what you guys actually bought at PAX.
Right.
We don't have too much time left before Mark leaves. I think I want to see some of you guys.
You know, I can probably hang out till 5:45.
Okay.
All right.
Well, let's get into.
There's one more game I have
One more
to.
game?
Only I
All right.
promise you. I know. Let's see. They invite me on. I'm like, here's all the games I play. I play a lot of games. You go to a
No,
convention.
I want to hear about
right?
it.
This game. Okay, because you guys, what's a really fun racing game you played recently?
Hot Streak.
Hot Streak, right?
Okay, I can talk about this too.
Right.
And from a different perspective, no less.
Hot Streak. Okay. The game that I ended my night on,
Yep. You know what it
PAX
is.
Oh
on,
my god.
was magical.
I've been
Was it
talking-
Saturday?
This was Sunday. This was
Oh.
on from 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. We sat down with 2 other people who were just like, we don't know them. We sat down. Like, all my friends are like, what is it? What am I looking at? I'm like, I've heard really good things. Like, and this guy, he opens the rule book. He explains how we do it and how you draft in a snake draft these little meeples. And we sit down, and my wife was like, I can draft an egg. Yep.
Yeah.
You can draft a dude on stilts. Yep. I can draft a banana.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So you do a draft, you go back and forth, you get 4 characters. They have these awesome meeples that are super standing out with all different effects. And then you just one person rolls a die, and then
Yeah,
they move,
it's roll
and
and
then they
move.
do an action, and then other people react in certain ways. It is amazing. It is outstanding. It is great. CYMK did a great
Really hoping we get our
reinterpretation.
copies.
Yeah.
We missed the pre-order from Asmodee Day.
Oh no,
Yeah,
We
that's
got
all right.
ordered from ACD,
It's okay.
but we're not sure we're getting it or not.
Okay.
But
Well,
yeah, I would. It in a lot of ways it is like Hot Streak, but it's like Hot Streak on steroids almost. And the thing was, so for one of the new experiences that I finally had at a convention is like I've often heard so many times of like people like they'll at the end of the con like they'll go back to their hotel and then there's people sitting in the lobby just jamming games all night long. And like most times when I go to places like Gen Con, I don't have that luxury because I'm staying in an Airbnb with my Good Games Publishing crew. And so at the end of the night, I just go back to there. And yeah, maybe I'm playing games with them, but I'm not in a hotel lobby full of people playing all the new hotness. So I've never really had this experience. And it was sort of the same deal like in the previous years when I've gone to PAX Unplugged. Like I'm staying in hotels that really didn't have a lobby that was conducive to that sort of thing. But here, this year, that happened. So like that Thursday night when I got there, I was able to I ran into a group and they were playing like Stone Spine Architects, and I hopped in on that, so that was fun for the Thursday night. But then like Friday night, I went when I went back to the hotel, like there was people getting ready to sit down to play play Magical Athletes. I was watching some people play Botswana first, and I was like, oh, that's fun. But then people were hopping into Magical Athletes. Like I'll join in, and yeah, it was crazy. This idea like. And they said, don't take this seriously. Don't think about what each meeple's ability is. Just pick one based on the meeple. Like you're going to drag the game on too much if you think about it. It's like, okay, I'm the person that would think about it, but I'm just going to not think about it. Like I'll take the banana. I like the banana.
that's right. The banana is great.
The banana is great.
Banana is if you get past, they just trip.
Yeah.
It's hilarious.
funny.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
man,
that's
it's
the
great.
idea. It's this roll and move. So when it's your turn, you roll a die, you move, and if you pass somebody, things might happen. If you land on a space with somebody, things might happen. If you just land on a space in general that's special, things might happen. You might get extra movement, you might get points, it's whatever. Yeah. And you're just trying to be the first or second person to finish the race and get points that way. And it's crazy because, like the banana, if anyone passes you, not land on you, because that's different. If they pass you, they start behind you and end in front of you, they trip. And when they trip, then they can only move one space regardless of what they roll. Or I think they spend their whole turn standing
Sounds
up.
awesome.
They spend their whole time standing up. It's great. Oh, it's super good.
Yeah.
Super good. You know, when the store
You guys
gets
bought 3 copies.
no, it was sold out.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
sold out.
Oh,
But like
gosh.
the
Yeah, we're getting that a lot.
That's the other thing with conventions to think about is like some games will sell out like Friday. Sometimes they'll sort them out for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Other times, you just gotta. A game will come out there, people won't know it's really the new hotness. People start talking about it, and then by Saturday, Sunday, everyone's talking about it. Yeah. But when the copy of this comes into the store, I will be buying one because it was great. Yeah.
We're working toward it.
Absolutely. All right, so you want to talk about things we bought at the con?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. So like I showed you Chasing Shadows, which is somewhere. You have it on your table over there.
Did I give it back or did I not?
I don't know. You gave it back.
You
You're
gave it
awesome.
back.
Look at that. Cool. So I did Chasing Shadows. I'll go with
Yeah, I'm curious what else you got.
my wife. Got
Oh
all
my God.
these pins from
Yes,
Fun
we
Brain.
need to look at Foam Brain
Foam
because
Brain.
they have a Dungeon Crawler Carl
Yes.
mystery pin box.
Oh, and let me
And
tell
I
you.
need an entire box.
Let me explain real
Wow.
quick.
Okay.
Out of all their mystery pin boxes, this sold out on
We
Friday
need to get
by
a
like
lot of
1
this.
p.m.
Well, then you better order it soon.
Yeah.
Yes, because this at the convention. It wasn't out on their website yet. This launches this Friday.
Yeah.
So she is the big hotness. Like she had like a shirt on. Everyone was talking about it. She just got this was her thing. She got a lot of pins. She's like, you got to show off one pin. So there you go.
Nice.
Do you want to go back and forth now, or should we keep going?
Yeah, we'll go back and forth. I like that.
Perfect.
Well-
Whatever Mark wants. Done. Go ahead.
Oh, wow.
Go ahead, pull another one out.
You
while
got
we're
it.
at it.
Yeah, that's right. I can go with the. Let's see. That's a little sticker. You want one with a sticker? This is Tembe.
Oh, look at that.
Tembe is about you're building a little town in Wales. And I saw it in the preview list being like, oh, well, like, this is kind of sick, but in a little town. But at Spiel, people were really talking about this game quite a lot. Right now, reviews like 8.1 or whatever for a game that's first time publisher or first time like game designer. I believe. Hopefully, I have that right. But my wife is learning Welsh, and so I was like, "Oh, this is great. We have a little town." And people are talking about going to this town and saying, "Oh, these are all these shops, all this stuff is from this town." It's supposed to be a game that's supposed to be a table hog because of how much cards are in there and what you're doing designing a town. So excited to try it out. This game was sold out by Friday, so happy I got my copy when I did. I was like, "Are you guys demoing this?" And it's like, well, we weren't planning to, but so many people want to know more about this game. Like, this company, what was it? They Mighty Boards has a game from your hall that they like still had copies of, but like this was sold out. It was crazy. How many people wanted this little game?
All right, so for me, I'm at a bit of a point where like I have to be careful not to get too many new games because like I'm starting to run out of a little bit of room and I need to organize all the things that I do have. And so, like, there's times when it's like, oh, well, I'm just not going to focus on new games. I'll just focus on deluxifying the games I currently have or getting things for the games I currently have. So, in that vein, one of the things I did pick up, a game that I very much enjoy is a game called Windmill Valley, and the company Folded Space just brought out a custom insert for that game because, believe me, the game needs an insert. It doesn't have one. And this not only supports the base game, but the upcoming Blooming Sales expansion that I will also be getting when it's available. But yeah, I wasn't even sure this would be at the con. I knew the company would be, but this was so new. I didn't know with all the like shipping nonsense that's been going on lately if they'd have copies available in time, but they did, and so I snagged a copy of the insert for Windmill Valley.
Fantastic game. Have you played this before?
I have.
It's great. It's a very good time. Yeah.
Yeah, I think we may have played it wrong when I played because I was one of the early players.
You're not
with
playing a board
Cole,
game
so-
correctly unless you play it wrong and then figure it out.
Especially at
Yeah, especially with Cole.
That's right. So I would like to play it again.
Yeah. This other game, my wife only got one game.
Oh yeah.
It is
Oh, you got Cozy Sticker.
Cozy Stickerville. You want to show it up
Yeah.
there. Do you like Stardew Valley?
I love Stardew Valley.
Do you wish you could play a board game kind of like Stardew Valley where you have choices to make to design your little
Not
village?
to interrupt, but there is
Yeah.
a Stardew Valley board game, and it's excellent.
Right, but this one's about stickers. And you had to build a little thing. But this how it was designed
I
to
have
us
seen this.
was,
It looks
and so if you want to show this to the camera as well, this is the
yeah.
demo setup. It has rules in the back. This was the demo one we got. The game itself contains over 800 stickers, enough for you to do 10 years like in building it, and then you can turn it over and then do a whole another one back. There's about
10 years.
yeah,
Like
no.
In game. 10
In-game.
years.
It's like
I mean,
I think it's like 20, 25 cards per year, if I want to say correctly. The other thing is that there is like obviously achievements. Some achievements you can and can't get because if you do certain things, like we got cold because we like didn't actually get what we're supposed to, so we got cold. You can't like die in this game. Some of the game's about you building stuff and things happening. And you're basically on your choices you make. There's about 5 different endings as well in the game, so a lot more replayability with the stickers. So kind of neat. I was sitting down with my wife and she was having the best time, just going through, peeling stickers off, putting them where she wanted them to go, getting little like different stuff. It was great. We got a little dude here, we still had a little house. It was great. Well, the little hermit guy moved in. It's fantastic. You can't see it on the video because the box is in the way, but I promise you, the hermit guy's cool. I thought it was a hermit, not like a little crab, but that was not the case.
I don't know if I could play that game. It would take me so long because I have a serious case of
Oh, yeah.
OCD.
Oh, my
I would
God.
have to
You
like
put
those
one
stickers.
sticker
It would have
Oh
to
yeah,
be
no, 100%.
take your 10 turns while I'm getting a sticker on just perfectly.
This is why it's not an us game; it's a her game. Cool. What else you get?
Well, I think we should let CJ cover something.
Oh, I mean,
you got stuff too.
I
You
do
got
got
you have a hole.
I'm not really sure what most of it is.
Well, you can.
All right.
Okay,
I
I
got
only have
this,
2 more things.
and now this is the third trick-taking game that I got. Pinatas.
I wonder if he likes trick taking. All right.
I didn't even know what a trick-taking game was before we go to the store.
All right.
That being said, it felt like at PAX Unplugged this year that like trick-taking games were like the hotness. That like everywhere you turned, somebody had a trick-taking game, and that's what everyone was obsessed with.
I think the pitch for this was it's Reiner Knizia.
Haha, Reiner Knizia.
That's the
guy.
pitch.
That's the
I
pitch.
think the pitch
Keep that name in mind.
The pitch
Yeah,
was like,
there you go.
For the last
you
time
want
here.
to win
No.
tricks later, but not too late. You don't want to open them early
Right.
because you'll get more candy or something.
Yeah.
Oh, I love candy.
Yeah.
So, and it's pretty colorful. The cards.
Yeah.
are
Yeah,
awesome,
that's
so.
beautiful. Beautiful.
So yeah, for the next thing I have to reveal, I spoke about like this like struggle between like getting new things and just getting upgrades for things I already have. So this is kind of a mix between the two because I don't fully have everything for this yet. I'm gonna be getting it. You knew what it was, but I was like, I'm going to PAX. I'll get the upgrades for it, and then I'll get the game itself when I get back.
Oh, we said that, Cole.
No, you didn't.
Is this Lost Ruins Arnak
Yes.
battle set?
So I picked up some promos for Lost Ruins of Arnak.
Oh, I did that too.
Yeah.
Man.
You told me those were there.
Hey, guess what? They were
They
there.
were there.
Oh, thanks. Guess who's not there right now?
Yeah.
Sorry. Then I got some deluxe bits for the game, so you know, like acrylic tokens and metal coins and what have you. So
See, my worry about
Yes.
those is they don't fit in the box.
I made sure of that before I bought them. There's like only one thing that doesn't fit where it's supposed to fit, and they tell you where else to make it fit. So yes, these will all fit in the box.
All right. All right.
Wholesale?
Holy mackerel.
I don't think people source those wholesale, but they should. But,
Send an email. Write it down.
Yeah, right.
But
Yeah.
I think it's either going to be them or it's going to be Board Game Geek themselves that do make these and partner with people source. They're probably going to have a sale for Black Friday. Like I know last year, the year before, they did like buy two get one. So.
I know what I'm doing on Friday.
But don't quote me on that.
I'm quoting Cole on there right now. Writing an article about it.
But yeah, so that's a bunch of upgrades for Lost Ruins of Arnak that I'm going to be that I have for the game that I'm going to be getting.
Okay.
That's great, man.
Mm-hmm.
What you got, Isaac?
I got a. I don't know if you know this. I'm a big fan of Godzilla.
Yeah, I do.
They came up with a Godzilla RPG.
Oh.
And this is not the book because it's not done yet. It's
Right.
going to Kickstarter. But I bought a beanie, and I bought this beanie right here from them for like
that's
$20.
right.
It was pretty great. And then they gave me this free comic book. That was like worth like $30.
Wow. What,
Yeah.
you bought the
The
beanie?
other way around.
Yeah,
Like,
it
you
was
buy the
free.
book,
It was
you get the
free.
beanie.
Nope,
Yeah,
I bought
right.
the beanie and I got a free comic book that is like Best of Godzilla Volume 1. And then they were talking about it. They had like a mat to get as well for $40. That was just giant. It was beautiful from Godzilla -1. And I was like, I'm very tempted to do this because they have like, a lot of this Godzilla stuff to buy. And I was like, I'll go with the beanie because I was told the beanie for what it is, for how it being embroidered, everything else is a steal for that price. And I was like, perfect. So there was that little thing.
Yeah, that's right. You had Godzilla party hats on your birthday.
Yeah,
I remember those.
big fan of Godzilla.
We all wore
That's
little party
right.
hats. Godzilla.
Yeah. The majority of those movies, not great.
Is
But,
that right?
oh yeah, there's like 38 movies or whatever, something like that. Something crazy. Most of them are not good.
Got to go in just expecting B films with the
Godzilla
original.
2000.
Oh, you mean C films, but yeah.
Well, B minus.
B minus. That's right. Cool. What else?
Me or you?
Go ahead.
All right, so as I mentioned previously, one of the first stops I made on the Friday morning of the convention is I went straight to the All Play booth. And I grabbed what I could grab there. I grabbed what he wanted. But one of the things I grabbed for myself is a reprint of the classic game by Reiner Knizia, High Society. So yeah, this is like a rather interesting like trick-taking, or I shouldn't say that. It's more like a bidding game, if you will, that like there's like some sort of like the original version that I know of it that I played, that like you were bidding on like these opulent things like and they were very French sounding, if you will, like very hoity-toity, that you were bidding on these things, and it's like you have these things in your hand and you have these cards in your hand that you can bid with, but I can't remember if the idea was if you bid consistently high, if you bid the most by the end of the game, like you're not gonna win. So it's like kind of this like this interesting, like you want to win things, but you don't want to spend too much to win it. I don't know. I just remember I had a great time with it, and I knew I wanted the reprint, and it's Reiner Knizia. I'm sure it's gonna be good.
That's true. At this point, we should just look and see. All right, is Reiner Knizia's name on it? We'll just order, 10 copies for the store.
Yeah. Pretty good.
I think Cole also got this game for himself.
Yeah. I played that game. It was cool. And live.
This is
Okay.
bombastic.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't know why I got it.
Yes.
It looked really cool on
Yes.
BGG.
Are you a big fan of tic-tac-toe?
That was the thing. It's like a game I can take everywhere.
Yeah.
Yes. It
That
is.
was kind of why.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
got a keychain on it.
Yeah.
You can just
Yeah,
kinda
it's
carry
got,
it
it's
Yeah.
got like a little carabiner. You can just
It's great.
clip it to your
It's a great
backpack
two-player
or-
game.
Yeah.
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 The promo?
Next time you're
So
mountain
yes,
climbing.
those are PVC
Yes,
versions
Climb
of
Mountain,
the
right.
cards that are in the game. So they're like waterproof, that you could play them in any weather.
You play in the
it's also
pool. You play in
That's
the
a pool.
we play in the hot tub.
Hot
and it's
tub.
There you
also
go.
got like 2 additional
doing hot
cards, so
tub
like
streams,
it's
is that what we're
not
doing?
just like upgraded
Next time.
cards. There's
Next time.
more of them, so you have more to enjoy with that.
Cool.
But yeah, the basics of the game is that like you have like a 3x3 grid of tiles. They're all face down, and you're playing. In some ways, you're trying to get 3 in a row like tic-tac-toe. There's 4 X's, 4 O's, and a bomb. So when it's your turn, you have 2 choices. You can go for it. You can just flip over 3 tiles, and if you get 3 of yours in a row, congratulations, you win. But if you flip over the bomb, you lose immediately. So alternatively, there are these 2 action cards that'll always be out there, and you can choose one of those action cards and do what it says. Like it might be peek at a tile and see what it is, and then you can swap it with another tile if you want. And so then you can use those cards to manipulate the board state to try and get 3 of yours in the correct position, so that when your turn comes around, then you can just go for it and win. Problem is your opponent's probably going to screw up what you're trying to do, and then you're just going to have a hard time figuring out where the heck are my pieces, and more importantly, where's the bomb.
You guys ever play that game Minesweeper?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Where you click the boxes until you got a little area and then inevitably you click a bomb? Yeah.
Just don't click the bomb.
Yeah, well, that's fair.
Listen, it's
Yeah,
it's a
yeah.
it's very. I did not realize. I thought you could flip over 1 and you could have it stay flipped over like that. It was not the case, and so then I had to go in a row, and then I won. So anything can happen in this game, just like Minesweeper, basically.
Yeah.
But I heard trick taking at the indie game night market. I also bought a second game.
Yeah, and while he's pulling that out, I want to talk about the indie game night market. This was a thing that he apparently did last year. I didn't know anything about it. I was kind of looking at it this year. It sounded kind of interesting. I did not know what to expect, but I very much appreciated what it was and how it ran.
Oh yeah.
Because
Way
the thing
better
the
than
thing
last
I
year.
love about indie game night market is everyone gets treated the same.
Yeah.
There's no special treatment for this thing. Like I know, like when you go to a lot of conventions, like you can get a media badge or an exhibitor's badge. Like especially if you're a content creator, you can get like early access or special access to like the expo hall and other places, and you can get like early access to copies of games and things like that. You can beat the crowd, as it were. But when it comes to any game night market, none of that matters. They had like 30 tables like set up, and like each table was for a particular designer trying to sell a limited amount of copies of a particular game that they had produced. These are games that weren't necessarily picked up by a big publisher or that weren't going to go to crowdfunding or anything like that. It was just this limited quantity that they had. If you want it, this is where you get it. But that was the thing. There were like 30 different designers there. So at the start of the event, you had to pick which one game do I want to line up for, because you're not guaranteed all of them. You get in line for one, and when you're done there, maybe you can go to one of the other designers and also get their game if they haven't sold out. But that's the risk you take. And so that was the thing. Like I stood there with Isaac, and he picked up the game that he picked up, and
This is not a game about a pipe.
It's not.
It's not.
That's what it
not.
says.
That's what this is. It is a trick-taking game, and so the cards themselves will say this, and then a little pipe will go underneath, and like is a whatever, like is a trick, is a pipe, is a point, and then you have other cards that say is or is not, and you have to line them up. So in order to win a trick, you have to say this is a trick to win the trick, or to get points, this is a point, and you have to do that with the cards you have in your hand.
Okay.
I thought it just sounded silly, very surrealist. The year was another. There's a list for the games on there. A lot of them are trick taking. There was some social deduction game. There's a game that you would also make like paper airplanes as well. There was a social deduction game about Medusa that used a mirror, so you have to know how you look. Games that were, I think, really like out of the box, really, really special, unique. So I got this one as well. This is not a game about a pipe. A trick taking game. If you want to show the video, there you go. It was a real small little box, little guy. I've not played it yet, but I saw it and I was like, oh. This seems pretty sick. Marcus, you only have like 5 more minutes left. Is there any like other questions, anything else you want to ask? Any burning desires?
before we get to the rest of what we...
Yeah, no, I do want you to bring up the one game.
Yeah, well, that'll be next. That'll be next.
And then I'll head out. I
Yeah,
just
let's do
one
that one.
last Reiner
I need to know this
Knizia.
one. Just bring it out. Bring it out.
I want to see it.
Yeah, I know. He's
Let's see it.
We're gonna play
excited?
it this whole time.
I know, right?
Oh,
Oh,
there-
man, look at that. It's so pretty.
At any rate, so here's the thing. Day one, I picked up Bombastic, as you're already aware. But the thing was, the first copy that I picked up, later that night, I was with a friend, and we had some downtime, and I pulled in and was like, let's play this. And as soon as I pulled out my copy, I realized that one of these tiles has a defect that when you're looking at the back of it, like it's face down in the grid, it's like, oh, you can immediately tell what that is. Like you can identify that tile. I'm like, well, this is bad. So then the next day, the Saturday, I went back to the publisher, Bitewing Games, and I'm like, hey, look at this tile. It breaks the game. And he's like, we told the factory not to put these in there. We're sorry that happened. Here's a free replacement. So yeah, they took care of me, and then while I was there, I just
CJ.
Yeah. You didn't think to open up mine?
look.
Send the email right now.
I didn't wanna,
Let's see.
It was your copy. I didn't want to.
I didn't want you to get one that's not wrong.
They're all
He said it
blue
was like,
instead
he
of
said it was
orange
the
or
first
something.
person to have this issue, so I don't think it's. I think it's rare, more rare than anything. But anyways, not to be distracted by all this. So while I was there getting my replacement, I took a look at all the other things they had, and yeah, that was a mistake because if I had more room and/or money, I probably would have bought like one of everything at their booth because my gosh, Bitewing Games, they are killing it this year. They've got like 90% of all their games is just Reiner Knizia, and like half of them are just like really great. And so like I was like, I gotta pick up one of these, and so in that vein, I picked up one of their new ones. This is Iliad by Reiner Knizia and Bitewing Games. And what I like about this one is you've got this like 6x6 mat, if you will, and so you're trying to build out rows and columns, and like at the end of each row and column, you're gonna have a tile on each end that has like some number on it. And some of those tiles are gonna be of particular colors, or they'll just be generic positive or negative points. And the idea is that you have your own stack of tiles, and your opponent has their own stack of tiles, and you're gonna pull a tile out, and you're gonna play it in the grid adjacent to something that's already out there. And as soon as one of you completes a line or a column or whatever, you're gonna hand out those tiles, those tokens that are on either side. Naturally, if there's a positive one and a negative one, you that completed the line, you're going to take the positive one and stiff your opponent with the negative points. But the thing is in order to be able to win the game, there's like 5 unique colors, and you have to get a token of each color. If you don't do that by the end of the game, you can't win. No matter how many points you might have otherwise over your opponent, it doesn't matter. If you don't get one of each color, if you don't appease all the gods, you can't win. And what's even more fun about it is that like each tile that you're going to play out, like they each have their own special abilities that is like, oh, I played the 4, I can do this thing, or I played the 3, I can do that thing. And so there's like 6 different numbers and each do things, and yeah, it's really great. And of course, to go with the game, they were selling deluxe upgrades, and it's like, well, okay, I gotta have those. So it's like, normally there's like some extra of those tokens off to the side that you can potentially swap with those to try and get your colors. And normally they just kind of sit on the table, but they had a deluxe upgrade. It's like, well, here's a Pantheon for them to sit on, and it's like, it's not really needed, but it looks incredible. I'm gonna take it. But yeah, that's
Where's
Iliad.
the Pantheon?
In the box.
It's in the box?
It's in the box.
All right, well, let's just take a look at the Pantheon.
Yeah, and normally you're supposed to keep all your tokens in a stack, and you just draw off the stacks, but it's like they were selling bags. It's like, just give me the bags, and I can just draw out of a bag. It makes setup easier.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. That's disgustingly amazing. Look at that, guys.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys can see that. Look at that.
You can get the game. I don't know if you can get the upgrades.
Well, we're getting the game. We're going to get a bunch of copies, folks. Oh my gosh. Did the backies come with it, or is that an upgrade?
One of the bags did, but the other two, no. They were also an upgrade.
We're going to have to send him a list a mile long next time.
Card.
I offered. I drew my car. I was like, I'll take anything.
Oh,
you
give
know?
him the credit card.
Yeah.
Well, no, he meant he
don't know
brought his
about
car that I could.
Yeah,
I
I
could.
got all kinds of stuff in the store.
That's beautiful. I can't wait to play this. The artwork is just breathtaking.
Yeah.
I want a bigger picture of that to put on the wall.
They had a bunch of other games there. Like they had another one similar to this. It's a part of what they call their mythology line. It's a game called iCore, and that one looked equally as fun. That's a little more abstract than this one even is. And I was like, I'm so tempted. But then also, Bombastic is by the same designer that did Moon Rollers. And he also not only had Bombastic there, but he had another new game, a game called Gingham, and it's basically your ants invading a picnic mat, and you're trying to like gather sweets, and it's rather abstract, and it's like really interesting. I got to play with Amy. She won, of course, but that's whatever. But I was like, oh man, this is a lot of fun. I was real tempted to want to get it, but like I just had to tell myself, it's like, nope, I don't have room in my bag. I don't care if Isaac's willing to give me space in his car. I don't have the room. I just can't do it. And then like Ryder Knizia had another new game there called Gazebo. I don't know much about that one, but that was a part of their travel line, much like Bombastic is, that you could get a travel case for it. It's like I said, Bite Wing Games is just really making a name for themselves this year. Like, I mean, you could just buy a bunch of their games and have a great time. It's like, come on.
You know, Reiner Knizia maybe in a past life was Dracula, all right, and has lived forever.
Made so many
I
games.
just don't understand how one person. I mean, because it's not like they're all the same,
Right.
right? Like you like a musical artist, and all the songs on one album are going to sound kind of similar, or even some artists like 3 albums all sound the same, and it's like, all right, well, these 6 songs out of 3 albums are great, but like they're all different. It's what. Has he figured out the different dimensional universes and like is just I don't it's crazy. He's on fire. It's crazy. So, but gentlemen, I do have to scoot. Guys, I look forward to watching the end of this.
Yeah.
Thank you, Isaac, for coming out today.
Anytime.
Yep. I don't know if you want to if this mic should
Oh,
go
yeah, I
off
gotcha.
or all right, see you guys.
All right.
Sweet. I'm on.
I'm gonna shut that door.
All right.
All right. What else we got?
I got one
I
more
got
thing. So
another-
that's
Yeah,
That's
I've
a
got one
travel
more thing as
game.
well.
Shallow Regrets.
Yeah, this is by Button Shy Games. They're known for doing these games that are so tiny that they it's almost like a wallet, essentially.
This is, I mean, I have Deep Regrets, and I backed Deeper Regrets.
Okay.
So this is just the next
Yeah.
the next one.
one.
Yeah.
Makes
you know?
sense.
I guess this is just, I mean, I don't actually, because there's a lot of stuff that you need in Deep Regrets to play, and none of that is here. So, I mean, there's a rule book. It'll tell me how to play.
Yeah.
But I love Deep Regrets. I think the game's fantastic. So,
Right.
a little wallet-sized version is awesome.
Yeah. Keep going.
I just go.
Yeah,
You guys
Keep
go.
going.
Yeah,
We both have one thing, so you get
Yeah.
down to one, and then we'll go one last
All
thing.
right. I asked him to pick out this game, Pinched.
From
I-
Mighty Board Games.
Oh, that's the one. Okay.
I know one of the games I got pitched on this game.
I don't really know much about any of these games I asked for.
Yeah.
These are just the coolest looking several that I thought were small enough that Cole could grab for me.
Yeah.
It looks like you're competing to steal stuff from a manor.
Yeah, that was basically it.
Yeah.
You nailed it.
Just
Yeah.
so it looks
Yeah.
it just looks cool. So
Yeah.
maybe it's awful, but we'll see.
Yeah.
I think you told me something about this at Gen Con.
Yes, I played
Yeah.
this game at PAX last year.
Yeah, so layers.
All right. Have you played the game called Battleship?
Yeah.
Okay. Have you ever heard of a dungeon crawler?
I have heard of this.
Okay, cool. That's it.
Put 'em
That's still
together.
put them
Oh my
together.
God, I made a great choice.
It's fantastic.
You played this?
Me and my friend Chris played this
Okay.
at PAX Unplugged last year.
But you didn't buy it.
It was going to Kickstarter. You couldn't buy it there.
Gotcha. Would you have
So
bought it?
I don't play 2-player games.
That's right. You don't like one of these.
I will play them if someone else owns the copy, but I don't want to own it because again, the majority of the times I'm playing games, I'm playing with at least 3 players. So 2-player games are not the thing I'm going to buy or pick up. But if I sat down with my friend Chris, we played this game. It was so much fun. It was so much like tense for us to say, oh, what's going to happen next for this game of like going through a dungeon that you designed
Yeah.
and seeing who can get the treasure first.
That's what I liked about it.
And
I
the
think.
fun thing about this is that when you play with the same person, you unlock new things and new goals together to like say, oh, now we can use this kind of enemy type. Now we can do this together. So like if you play with the same person, you can, it's kind of like legendary in that aspect, if I remember correctly, like some kind of story thing. So really cool game.
No,
I like it a
That's the
lot.
last one, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'll go
we'll
first
go.
and then we'll get into
Okay,
it next. Because
okay.
yours is the coolest one,
Is
I
it?
think. Yeah. It's the newest one.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, yeah.
So
It's
I,
pretty cool.
Yeah. But yeah.
You couldn't wait, I guess.
for Double Drummer's Edge.
Oh my.
Do you know why I favored this game?
No, I don't.
Battlegrounds is like a board game store
Yeah.
on the East Coast. They always at PAX Unplugged have the best discounts at that convention for games that you could like get from the previous year.
Right.
I always go in there to be like, if I see anything that I'm like, okay, this would be better than I can't beat it at this price, or I'm thinking about getting this game. I'll never go in there being like, oh, there's like I saw Dogs of War, right, for like $100. I'm like, this is a great pickup for this game, for this price point that you could only get for like 200 or whatever ridiculousness because it's out of print, unless the second printing makes it better. Or Barrage, the Kickstarter with the 5th edition and all the inserts for $100, $10 more than what you can find at retail usually for the base of that game. Like, but other times you'll find a game and I'm like, oh, well, I could find this cheaper other places. Andromeda's Edge I found for $43, which is funny because Andromeda's Edge I found at the same place for $45. This one I found for $2 cheaper somehow, just on a shelf later down in the line. So I picked that up. Normally I try, as CJ was giving me some verbal actions about it. It's like, I could buy this here at the store. I could.
I was just shocked because I'm like, I know we have that.
I know you have it.
But your explanation, I can't follow.
Yeah, no. Again, I don't do that. There's a lot of games that I saw that I told them straight up, oh, I'll be getting this from my local store. Or I know my local store. Cole can also say that I said that multiple times. Will this be going to retail? Whatever, blah, 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 blah. But this one enough, after playing the All King's Crown game with someone who was like talking about Andromeda's Edge a lot, and it was like, this is why this game's good. It's not allowed to take that because my board game group friends really don't like take that games. I was like, okay, I'll finally do it. But I need to pick up the other expansions and everything else to make the game even better. I know where to go. My favorite local game store. Let's play games and hobbies. No problem. Cool. What did you pick up?
Yeah. So this is a game that you actually showed me. I already had my eye on it before you ever showed me, but it's like at the time it was on crowdfunding. I really didn't have the means to back it at that time. And then when like PAX Unplugged came around last year, I wasn't able to go for reasons that aren't important. And then when I went to Gen Con, I wasn't fully aware that it was there, but you picked it up there.
Yeah.
And even if it was available, I don't know that I would have had the room necessarily to fit it in my suitcase. But I was, after having played it enough times, I was at PAX Unplugged, and I was like, I'm just going to pick up myself a copy. I got this sweet bag from the publisher, if that isn't a giveaway.
Yeah. And an arm workout, I am assured.
Yeah. Like I mentioned earlier, I was carrying...
Just show the expansions if you want to pick up the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's the expansions for the game.
Galactic Cruise. Fantastic game.
There's the deluxe bits for the game.
Oh, yeah. It just keeps
There's
on coming.
a fancy playmat for the game.
Still very good.
And there's the game itself.
There you go. And the table will break.
Yeah, I could literally see it.
Yeah. No. Fantastic game. I think I said this on this podcast half a dozen times by now, but I'm really happy. It's good. And I think a sign of excellence is when Cole owns a copy of a game and I own the same copy of the game. Because we play games almost every single week together. So it's like if I own a copy, Cole probably was like, oh, if I want to play this, I can play with Isaac. Yeah. Or if Cole has a copy, I don't need to buy it, I'll just play with Cole.
Right.
But when we both want to own a copy of a game, there's a really good reason because it's so gosh darn good.
Right. And that was something that I did kind of wrestle with because going into PAX Unplugged, I had probably a short list of things that's like, there were some things like the High Society is like, or the Bombastic rather, it's like, I know I definitely want Bombastic. Like, it's just a small little game and it's not expensive. Like, I know I want that. I know, like, I want the insert for Windmill Valley. This was one of the things that was on my short list of like, do I really want this or do I really want one of the other things on my list? And I really went back and forth. And it's like, I recognize that the times I'm going to get this to the table probably will be with Isaac, which he has his own copy. So it's like, do I really need my own copy? But it's like, man, I just really love the game so much. It's like, I just want to support the publisher. It's like, it really is that good. It's so well designed. And like I said, the way that it just flows, it may seem daunting at first. Like you see it all laid out on the table. You're like, that looks like a lot. But once you start explaining it and getting into it, like I know our first game took a while to get through. And it is a game that takes a while, but it is just so good.
Yeah. It looks awesome. I was looking at it at Gen Con. Yeah. I almost bought it.
Yeah.
Still haven't gotten to play it though.
Well, it'll be easier to fix that now.
Yeah, it will be easier to fix. That's true.
I'll be here every day.
Yeah.
Well, if you ask.
It's funny because like I tried out the cruise last year at PAX Unplugged because Cole was like, hey, because I looked at the art, I looked at the front of the cover, and if you don't, I love this kind of space theme where it feels like it's out of a a novel from like the 80s,
Retro
70s.
futurism.
Yeah, I love that kind of theme. Isaac Asimov, that kind of stuff. Perfect. Right on my alley. So I was looking at it, I was like, oh, cool. Do you know anything about it? And Cole was like, hey, you should back it. It's all this stuff. And I was like, I don't know. I want to try it first because like I'd never backed a game till this year. I was the thing I pushed off for. And I was like, oh, I'll get it from the store, whatever. Going to PAX Unplugged last year, I stumbled upon them doing like demos, and I was like, "Oh, like, are you guys doing demos right now or anything else?" I was like, "Well, when people sign up, but if they don't show, you can sit down and play." And I was like, "Okay." So I waited 5 minutes. It didn't show, so I sat down and was able to demo this game for like an hour and a half of like, "Oh, this is really cool."
Yeah.
But like, I still, because it's so how I always am fearful for how long games take. That I'm like, "Oh, I don't know if anyone would like this." My wife saw it and was like, "Hey, what do you think we get this game?" And I was like, "Well, I like this game a lot. I don't know if you'll like it, but I know I liked it a lot." So we got it and have loved it ever since.
Yeah.
It was fun going to see them, even though after I demoed it and talking to one of the designers, I was like, "Oh, didn't you play God to Cruise with us last year?" And I felt really, I was like, "Oh, you remember me and my long hair and my orangeness." So that worked out. And yeah, I would keep my eye on this publisher that is and designers that are knocking out of the park,
Yeah.
especially with that the game we talked about.
Oh, yeah. Also,
And the
sleeves.
sleeves.
And his sleeves, very important.
Wouldn't be cool if you didn't use sleeves.
Would
Well,
not
it came
be.
with it. I mean,
Yeah.
but even if it didn't, I still would have gotten some
Yeah.
anyway.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah.
that's me to it too.
Yes, and their third expansion that comes out next year. It's already yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Over to you, CJ. What do you got for your last
Yeah,
thing
what's
from
your
your
last thing?
haul?
All
That
right.
I may or may not already know about.
Yeah, you'll probably have to tell me about it actually. I don't know. I don't know what it is about it that drew me to it. So I got the. I told Cole if any of these things had expansions or deluxe components, whatever it is, get it.
Yeah.
Just get
And I did.
get all of whatever it is.
Yeah.
So there's the 7 to 12 player expansion. Oh my god.
It was a 12-player expansion for a
says.
game.
Yep.
That's crazy.
Some
Yep.
markers. So we'll be doing some writing in this game.
Yeah, it's a roll. I think it's a roll and write.
Play mats. And then the game is from one of Cole's favorite publishers.
Yeah.
IV Studio.
Studios.
Yeah.
It is 10.
Yep.
Cole, why did I buy 10?
Because the artwork looks incredible.
That
and
was the
you're-
big reason.
It's a roll and write, all about alien space farming.
Yeah, it gave me like farming vibes.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah,
Did you play it?
No, I did not have a chance to play it.
Okay, well we'll have to play it. I guess.
I mean, I've played
next week.
I've played the smaller game that's based on this, a game called Graft, but
That's what. Okay, I saw the two. I was like, is there a connection between the two of them?
yeah, it's the same, it's similar theme, same artwork style, if you will.
Okay.
They like doing that with like one game that has like similar artwork or uses
Yeah.
like similar artwork for a lot of their things.
I mean, it looks. I mean, I've played a couple of IV's games now. And
Yeah,
they're,
and some of
beautiful.
my friends, content creator friends, they played this a lot and really enjoyed. They especially enjoy the solo mode even.
I love solo games.
Yeah,
There you go.
this has a good one.
No,
All right, I'm excited to try it.
Yeah.
You'll have to learn how to play, and then you can teach me.
that sounds how about I do
Or
games
you
as
can
well.
learn how to play. You can teach all of us on a Friday night when it's
Yeah.
game night.
Yeah,
I don't have time for that. That's your
yeah,
job. I'll give you the rule book.
right. We'll have to find time to put on the schedule for us to be like, hey, we're bringing one of these games. If you
Yeah,
want to like
yeah.
try them out, you know, I know some of the strict taking games that I got can do up to 5 and more party
Oh yeah,
ones.
definitely try all these trick taking games.
Yeah. Good time.
All right. Well, thank you guys for talking about PAX.
Yeah.
Well,
have-
I will add one other thing then. So part of what really excited me about going to PAX this year was the fact that, yes, the dates got pushed up ahead. So it was the weekend before Thanksgiving. It's normally the first weekend in December. But because the dates got moved this year, it overlapped with my birthday. And so I was very excited about that fact. I knew a couple of things going into PAX. It's like I had my short list of things I wanted to pick up, but I also knew Philadelphia has a lot of great places where you can get good food, and it's like I just know that I'm gonna have good food the whole time I'm there. And so like that Thursday night, like I didn't know what I was doing Friday because there was potential plans there. I wanted to keep Saturday open in case anybody wanted to surprise me, like, hey, we're gonna go here and you're gonna have a good time, whatever. And then yeah, so that Thursday, I went to the Cheesecake Factory because, like, if there's ever a chance that I can go, I'm going to go because I just very much enjoy it. And, I mean, they have, like, the best desserts ever. So, like, I mean, why not? And so, like, I went there initially, and it's like, then I saw they have a rewards program. It's like, you can get free cheesecake on your birthday. It's like, ooh, what's that all about? And so then I signed up, and it's like, actually, you can't get it today because your first reward comes out on the day of your birthday. It's like, okay, so now you're telling me I got to come back. Fine, I'll come back. So there was that. But I had great food Thursday, and then Friday I went over to for lunch. I went over to Reading Terminal Market. There's this one stand they sell like gourmet corn dogs. They're incredible. Like I got like this Korean like corn dog like whatever. It was great. And then for dinner we went to like some like Hong Kong Chinese restaurant that was really good. And then Saturday, my friend Amy, who was there with me, we for lunch we went to like this sushi place. And it lucked out when we got there. It was like happy hour, so like all their like sushi rolls were like $6.50 a piece. It was incredible. And then that Saturday night, met up with some other people that I gamed with at Dillsburg. We went to like this Italian place, and that was like some of the best Italian food I've ever had. And like they had like these like they had like these rolls that they had like salt on them and like the sweet butter, and like the way it just all came together. It's like I couldn't get enough of it. And then yeah, Friday for lunch. I mean, sorry, Sunday for lunch, I went back to the Cheesecake Factory so I could get my free cheesecake. And yeah, I had like a banana cream. It was just
It's awesome.
yeah, the food was incredible. If you go to Philly and don't have a good meal, you've done something wrong.
I think the only meal thing I can add to is my friend traded a box of popcorn for a cannoli, which is funny because at the convention you could pay $20 for unlimited popcorn. That was the first time that they ever did that, and it might be the last time they ever do it because I know people. He went back 9 times for 9 more boxes of popcorn. They were like, "Can you please bring back the box so we can refill it up?" Right? Because they're going through boxes that fast. But yeah, I don't know. It's great. Always, if you can go to a local convention, or if it's in your state, if you're able to, would recommend. You're gonna have a great time. The fact I got some people's phone number, we were texting a great time. Played on a clock tower in like a hallway. You know, conventions are something else.
Yeah,
really.
that was another fun experience. Like on the Saturday, it's like one of the things I knew I wanted to do while I was there is I wanted to play Blood on the Clock Tower. I ideally wanted to play with Isaac, but our schedules never really lined up together that could happen. But like Saturday after lunch, I went back to the convention center. It's like I'm just gonna go to the area where Blood on the Clock Tower happens, and like I know I missed the registration in the morning to get in on one of the sessions, but they always have like a wait list in case people drop out. So I just went there. I was like, I'm gonna go there and I'm gonna wait in line. I know it's in between sessions. I don't care how long it is. I'm just gonna wait and hope for the best. And so I was barely sat in their waiting line for like 5 minutes, and some dude walks up and it's like, we're about to start a game in the hallway and we need more players. Do you want in? And I'm like, heck yeah. And then like so me and like 4 of the people jumped in, and so then we just set up in the hallway and just played a game. And yeah, it was a lot of fun. I had to warn people though that it's like I might be wearing a red shirt. I am not the bad guy, but also it's my birthday, so please don't kill me.
We had a guy wearing a saint shirt, and he was a saint. Hilarious. You know, couldn't
That's
ask for
awesome.
better time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have any other questions for our 2-hour-long podcast you wanted to do?
Just one. Do you guys have time for board game 20 questions?
Absolutely.
All right.
Yeah, I suppose we can make that work. It'll be interesting to see what kind of questions he comes up
I
with.
am using the game that I was going to use last week because we didn't do it last week. So
Okay.
begin whenever you're ready.
Do you have a good question?
Is the board game in the store?
It's your one board game question.
Yeah.
Or the one store question.
And that's the question you want to ask?
Absolutely.
Yes.
There you go. Great. So there's only limits it down to like 200 board games. It's pretty
That's
good.
all I think we have?
Yeah.
We have a lot more than that,
Yeah.
sir. That does not narrow it down that far.
Almost. I think there's almost 1,000 in there.
As a cooperative.
No.
Okay.
Have you played this board game before?
Yeah.
Have you?
Well, that could be a question. Have I played this before?
Yeah. You don't have to take turns. Whoever has a question, you can just go ahead and.
Does the board game start with a vowel?
Does it start with a vowel?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
I mean, that's.
It's a great question.
It is, but then you could just be like, to start with a C, to start with a.
Yeah. Listen, it's 20 questions, right?
Yeah,
It's
but
yes or
come
no.
on.
That's all right. Yeah.
You're right. If
You're
that's how
right.
you want to do it.
That's right. Listen, it's all right.
Does it have cards?
Yes.
Is it a deck building game?
No.
Right now, I'm thinking of questions to help with Cole because I don't know any board games
Think
names
out loud.
ever.
Think out loud.
How about loud now? No.
Yeah,
Just talk through
we
it.
gotta.
It's
Yeah,
okay.
we don't want there to be dead silence here. People. Be like,
Absolutely,
oh,
that's
yeah.
what I want. In the
do-
store,
do-
Cole has played it. Can we
yeah.
get a free question?
No. we
Why
don't
not?
That's not. That's not.
Come
how
on.
And that counts as a question.
No.
Have I played the game? That was it.
Have you played the game?
Yeah,
Yes.
it's a free question.
That's not a free question.
That's
It's
why I
going to count as
asked.
one of your questions.
Nah, I asked for a free question.
Nope.
Nope. The
told
audience
them.
will know that was a free question.
No,
they
it's
won't.
not.
I told them
They can see.
specifically.
It's not. No, don't try and cheat the system.
Absolutely
Okay, don't
ridiculous.
be a. Yeah, whatever. So Isaac's played it. I've played it. You've played it.
It's in the store. It's gonna be like what, Trio or something, I assume. It's a card game. It's not a deck building game. I can
I
think
mean,
of.
that is a good likely guess, but I don't.
The battery on my camera is also going to die soon.
Okay, so how can we draw
How is
this?
it supposed to be a 2-hour long podcast? The battery's gonna die. What's going
Well,
on?
I didn't plan on that. I would have had I would have plugged it in.
You were warned ahead of time. You knew this could run long.
Ooh, not that long.
Yeah, you knew it could run that long.
I don't know if you know I'm a talker.
Anyway, here
Yeah.
are 8 questions.
8 questions. Not a deck building game. Has cards. Is it a trick taking game?
No.
Okay, has cards. Not a deck building. Not trick
Does it
taking.
have? Does it have any player boards?
It had. Yes. Yeah. God, I hope you call it that, but yeah. There's a board.
Then it's not trio.
If it has a board, what's that horse game? Race at Bet, right? That has cards in it. That has a board. Doesn't have player boards though. But he said the question was, does he have player boards? You said yes, or you said yes as a board.
I said yes.
Okay, it has
I'll
player
say
boards. All right, so it's not that.
Oh, I'll say. Just a blanket yes.
You're saying yes. So
Okay.
probably player boards in some regard. So it's not
No.
ready, set, bet. It's
No.
not. It's not hot streak either. That has
No.
cards in it.
Yeah. It has to be not a deck builder. It's not Slay
Yeah.
Spire, right? That's a deck builder. So it has player boards though. That we all played.
Player boards. I'm gonna stick with my board. There is a board. Stick with my original.
So there's
I don't
a
want you
board,
guys
but-
to go too far off track.
So
and think
there's a
about that.
board, but it's not necessarily player specific.
Yeah.
Okay, so then maybe it is hot streak.
Maybe it is Ready Set Bet. There's a board in that.
Well, it's 2 boards, but I mean.
Sure, but it still has a board. Is there betting in this game?
Yes.
Well, okay, that doesn't narrow it down between the two.
Yeah, but now it's 2 of them. Now you know it's 2. Ask another thing. Is there mascots in the game?
Are there mascots in the game?
Are there horses in the game?
Yes.
All right, there
But
you
that
go.
seemed like a hesitant yes.
What was the game that all 3 of us played?
Well, I mean, that is that. We've all played Ready, Set, Bet.
That's the only thing game. Name me another horse game that we've all played.
I can't think of one.
I don't think they exist.
Does it have poker chips?
Yes.
Is it Ready Set Bet?
Yes.
Hey!
Yay! Oh, it only has it because they're meatballs, not horses.
Nah, they're horses. They're horses.
Come
All
on,
right.
you're being pedantic at that point. Come on.
Well, I actually wasn't hesitant. You
Also,
just called it out.
definitely not player boards. I would have said no.
That's why I said yes, a board. But then you guys were
That
really
wasn't the
hung up on
question. The
player
question
boards.
because the question was a player board.
Well, because if I said
Yeah.
no, then you would have thought there was just no boards at all.
That's not.
No,
No, I
that's
thought there was
not-
no player board.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, then I know for next time. When you say
I
player
knew what I
boards,
was asking.
Specifically.
Yeah,
I just didn't want you to get too far off track.
No, we got there.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that'll do it for episode 6 of Let's Talk Games and Hobbies. Thank you, Isaac, for joining us.
Of course.
We will see you next week. Same time, same place.
And play more games.